Hi, this is Joe again with another review. For the sake of this video, I'm going to be discussing the 1959 horror movie classic, The House on Haunted Hill, starring Vincent Price. Of course, this movie was produced and directed by William Castle, who has a novelty acting every time his movies are shown, and we'll get into that in a minute. Of course, this movie, is the old cliche of the old haunted house type format, but it was getting pretty cliche by the time this movie came out. The premise of The House on Haunted Hill is Vincent Price plays like this billionaire who invited about 5 random people to his house, to this old haunted house that he to rent out, and it made a bet with these 5 people to see if they will last all night in this haunted house for one night. And the one who is left standing, or the one who hasn't left, will win like $10,000. But the thing is, it turned into like this cliche haunted house story into this murder mystery. And of course, well, I'm not going to, for those of you who have not seen this particular version of the haunted house story, I'm not going to ruin it for you guys. But it does come out as a pretty interesting couple of twists, because it does turn into a cliche haunted house story. So you can survive the night in this haunted house, and you do have stuff that applies to the ghosts in this house. There's one sequence one scene early on where a chandelier falls, almost hits a woman in the head. Another scene where you see like heads, mannequin heads around. People got decapitated and stuff like that. So it's really, really a novelty thing. And that, of course, turns into this murder mystery between Vincent Price and his on-screen wife. Spoiler, and I always say I know a spoiler, but that's a spoiler. With Vincent Price's wife, who was fooling around with one of the guests that was invited, and they're trying to kill Vincent Price, and meanwhile Vincent Price turns around and kills both his wife and his wife's lover by the end of this film. So I just spoiled the ending for everybody, but what the hell? It's my reviews, my video, my YouTube channel, so I can do a run of these videos. But that's what this movie turned into, and it did have a lot of these cliches. And of course, Vincent Price, I felt he gave lately I've been doing a lot of movie reviews of Vincent Price movies, because it was one of the over-the-air channels that you get in New York, the movies channel. They're showing a lot of Vincent Price movies. So they did it back in October, and now, like last week, they were showing it, and it's the first time I get to watch this movie, and it was pretty good. And I kind of liked it, because I like Vincent Price, and I like his creepy performance. Like I said in another review of one of his movies, he became the king of the horror movies in the 1950s. After the whole visual run of horror films, in terms of the Universal horror films, and then of course when stars like Bela Lugosi and Boris Karloff started to pass away, in the late 50s and the 1960s, it was Vincent Price who took over the role as the master of horror films. And of course, he wasn't just in horror movies; he was in the Ten Commandments. Vincent Price was. Of course, he did the great guest starring role in the famous Brady Bunch episode when he went to Hawaii. So he was also creepy in that episode in the 1960s, when this horror genre trend started to end by then. He was revitalized his career for being on the Brady Bunch, and that was in the early 70s. But in this movie, I thought he did a great job. And of course, I should mention, go back on what was a trend, but this was a William Castle production, and what William Castle used to do is used to have movies that interact with the audience. That means have stuff that comes jumping out of the screen into the audience. It really will put in the scares of into the audience. Trying to one up Alfred Hitchcock, because Alfred Hitchcock was like an idol to this guy, to William Castle, and he's trying to impersonate what he's trying to do, trying to one up Hitchcock. What I mean is, there's one particular scene or sequence where Vincent Price trying to pretend that Vincent Price was killed, and they had like this vat of acid in the basement of this haunted house, and so they're trying to pretend that Vincent Price got into the vat, and now this acid is the type of acid that burns everything down, human skin, human tissue, human hair, all the way down to his bones. So what happened is the bone, when the acid burns off all the skin to the bones come up. And you see the bones floating on top of the acid, in the vat of acid. So what Vincent Price was to have this prop skeleton come up of the ocean and scare the crap out of his wife, to the point where his wife falls back into the acid. And that's how she dies. Spoiler in the film. So what William Castle did, when this movie was shown in the movie theaters, they have a skeleton floating around in the movie theater, in the screenings. And of course, what happened was that kids would throw stuff at the skeletons and damage the skeletons, and break the string that was holding the skeletons up, and break them and damage the skeletons and stuff. But that was the type of stuff that William Castle would do in this film. And of course, there's one particular guy, I forgot the actor's name, but he was in a famous episode of Star Trek, on the original Star Trek series when Kirk was court-martialed. He represented Kirk. It was like Kirk's lawyer in that. And he was in this movie. He was trying to push the ghost story thing. But meanwhile, it was just a disguise for what really was going on in this movie. Which made it, a little fun to watch. It's not really a ghost story. It's really a murder mystery. Kind of like with Hitchcock, with the murder mystery stuff. But this movie was entertaining for what it was. I mean, I liked it only because of Vincent Price's performance. The rest of the movie is like all cliche characters, were like all cliches. Characters like Vincent Price and his wife in this film was like hate each other, trying to keep killing each other off. Kind of like that more recent movie, Gone Girl, who did the same, kind of like a similar premise. That's what they did in this movie, that the husband and wife keeps trying to kill each other. I mean, even by that time, when this movie came out in 1959, it was an old cliche already. But, like it is what it is, and like I said a couple times already, the movie's only good to watch for Vincent Price, and that's it. So that's my review of The House on Haunted Hill. Please click on the video, please rate it. Please subscribe to my channel. Please forward this video onto your Facebook pages. You can check out all my reviews and on my YouTube channel at rallyc.com. It's all WDY and that's C.com. And the homepage is Rally Reviewer Christy Moore. And please check out all of his videos on his website. Thanks for watching. And catch you next time.